What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Wiley Show. We are here, another episode, you guys. Woo! When I tell you that I had a very eventful day, we were able to go on a nice, enjoyable workout. We're able to do a show. We had an awesome show. I was over there watching my girl Monique and Derek, their conversation. We just had a very eventful day, and I took a nap too. I had to take a nap because I was tired. All right, I was tired. All right, I walked. I've been doing shows, answering emails, doing station head shows, then doing on my backup channel, doing content, then on Twitter, on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and I was just drained. So I went into bed, went to sleep, and I said, let me set my alarm clock for 10 p.m. to see what's going on in these streets. So, of course, I got up, and we will get into what we're doing in this situation, right? We definitely going to talk about a lot. Welcome. Shout out to the people in the chat. Love you. Shout out to the subscribers. Shout out to the non-subscribers that are viewing us. So come on to the family, and shout out to all y'all that in here that is showing love. Thank you so very much for the support. We have a lot that we're going to get into. So let's get into this show. Sherri, hi. Sherri Shepherd's show has been renewed for two more seasons. Okay, shout out to the Sherri show. And let me tell you, this show, I can understand why it's successful. Sherri Shepherd definitely played her cards correctly by working on the Wendy Williams show and did an amazing job. And then also she came, showing The View for a couple of seasons. She played her cards very well on the Wendy Williams show. And now she have her own show, and it's been great. Some of the episodes I enjoy, and the reason why I'm not a faithful watcher of her show, because number one, I have a lot of things to do. I'm a talk show host, okay? I'm a talk show host. So I just don't have the time to really sit down and watch Sherri Shepherd's show. But I literally have a conversation with Sherri. When I was watching her show, it's great at interviews. When she interviewed Tyler Perry, that was a good episode. When she interviewed Bishop T.D. Jakes, that was a great episode. Diane Warwick, when she interviewed her, that was a great episode. So she have some great shows. When Janet Jackson came and made a guest appearance for her birthday, that was awesome. So it was some awesome shows that Sherri had put in there. And then, Sherri is funny. She have funny. In daytime television, you can't be graphic in your comedy. So her comedy is off the point. And I also tune into her podcast, Two Funny Mamas. I love her podcast. I love it. I think it's awesome. Great show with her and her co-host. It was awesome. And so I'm glad to see this show being successful. A lot of people were saying she stole Wendy Williams' show. She stole Wendy Williams' show. She did not steal Wendy Williams' show. Daymar Mercury, the production company, they are in charge. Wendy Williams did not own her show. She did not have a deal like Oprah. In Oprah, she owned her own production company. Oprah owned her own show, licensed it to the network, and whatever the network made today, they paid Oprah back. All right. So Oprah was in full control of her show. That wasn't the case for Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams did not have control of her name. Wendy Williams did not have control. They have owned all of that. So when Wendy was not well, they took the production company. They knew they was going to lose their time slot, and they have to give it the show to Sherri Shepherd. Okay, y'all home, sit on down, y'all, sit on down. And so I was like, I'm happy, like I'm so happy that they gave her this opportunity. So a lot of black people, she stole. When you can't steal someone, you ain't the boss. Sherri Shepherd is not the boss. Sherri Shepherd got bosses. And so she's not in full control. She don't have that decision to steal something, okay? So that is what I'm talking about. So when that came about, I'm like, hold up. Don't be putting this on Sherri Shepherd. She did not snatch Wendy Williams' show. Wendy, because of her failing health and because of all the alcohol and because how she was sleeping with her employees, she destroyed her body. It wasn't because of bad karma. It was because of that alcohol bottle. Because she didn't know how to push that bottle away. So it wasn't because of bad karma. It wasn't because she was getting people together on the radio show. No, it was because of that Colt 45. It was because of that Old English. It was because of that Hennessy. It was because of that Ciroc. That's what it was because of that Grey Goose. Make you lose. That's why she her health was failing. Because though she had all these illnesses, it was that alcohol that got into her system and that kind of messed her up. And she falling out on stage. Okay? So going up out of there, talking about it was her bad karma. So once she was able to not to commit to the show, Sherri Shepherd saw an opportunity. They called Sherri Shepherd and they brought Sherri Shepherd on the show. Now they could have brought anybody else on, and they brought multiple other hosts on the Wendy Williams show, but it stuck with Sherri Shepherd. It was other hosts that guest host Wendy Williams, but it didn't stick right. But when Sherri Shepherd hosted the show, it was an awesome. She fell in love with the audience. She did it her own way. She did the hot topics. I remember when she roasted and gagged Kanye West. So she did an amazing job. So that was her opportunity. People have to understand when an opportunity presents itself, you must take advantage of it. And that is what Sherri Shepherd did. She did a great job. She showed that I can do this. And then also people need to realize she tried to get a show in the past and it didn't go through. She take the show, it didn't get picked. You know what I'm saying? So now she was prepared for that moment. Her producer partners, they was prepared for this moment. And what Sherri Shepherd did was she continued to work with the Wendy Williams producer. Most of the producers that work with the Wendy Williams show, they're working with the Sherri Shepherd show. So that's awesome. And I'm so happy for Sherri Shepherd. And this is what it is. It's daytime television is not like it was with blockbuster ratings, but it still have ratings. Obviously, the advertisers are still good. Obviously, they're still getting checks. Obviously, somebody's still watching daytime television shows. And we want to say thank you, Sherri Shepherd, for all that you do. You know what, Sherri? I DM'd you. I don't know if you see my DM. I congratulated you. And I said, if you need me to come to your show, you know what I'm saying, I would love to come to your show. All right? I would love that. I was applying for some tickets. I couldn't get approved for no tickets. But I would love to go there. I wish you well. All right. Thank you so very much. I would love that. I'm a fan of Sherri Shepherd. I'm a fan of you as an actress. I remember I saw her when she played the mother of Brian Banks. And she played the mother of Brian. And she did an amazing job. And she's an amazing actress as well. So, Sherri, I love you. And congratulations. Love you. Keyshia Cole. Oh my gosh. I love Keyshia Cole. I am a huge fan of Keyshia Cole, her music, her talent. But I see that Keyshia Cole, we're getting dragged in these on Instagram and on the blogs. They're literally dragging her. And her mother, Frankie, passed away. So may she rest in peace. She battled with a drug addiction and she could not push back the pipe. And so eventually the pipe took her out. So we do send our condolences. But now it's a show that's going to come out for Keyshia Cole. They have the Keyshia Cole show that's going to air on Lifetime, I believe. So I want to read a couple of these tweets that was posted via the Shade Room. I want to read one of the tweets. Said this: I said it as soon as Keyshia Cole mama died, she was going to use the opportunity as she always does and make it work for her. Now she is making a movie about Frankie. She always degraded them for her benefit. Keyshia Cole responded, degrading my mother? Question. I wanted the best for my mom. You prefer my story not be my story? At times I have too. But my truth is my truth. I just live my mind loud. While some suffer in silence, this will come with all that I do. So speak your truth, but yours ain't mine. In addition to that, Keyshia Cole said this: in addition to that, I have recorded a record that'll be in a movie dedicated to my mother. You all may or may not like it, but this movie was healing in some ways for me. So I'm very appreciative of having this happen. I'm happy that it happened. Keyshia Cole have taken care of her mother, and she financially that was there for her mother, and she should do a movie. There's nothing wrong with doing a movie. There's plenty of people get movies made about them. And for Keyshia Cole to still be alive, to be in control of this movie, I'm definitely going to tune in, and I'm definitely going to watch, and I'm definitely going to review it on my channel. So I will be having that on my channel. I will be reviewing Keyshia Cole, that movie. I'm going to love it. I'm going to watch it. I think it's awesome. I love to see that. I like the Whitney Houston movie that came out recently. I Want to Dance with Somebody. I watched that, enjoyed it. I actually watched the Whitney Williams. The Whitney Houston movie that was out as well. I enjoyed that. That was out on the TV one, and then also the biopic in the movie theaters. I enjoy movies. So unless you got it in your will, or you try, unless it's in there where you don't want people to do movies about you, once you pass on, they're going to make a movie about you. It is what it is. They made a movie about Elvis. They made a movie about Ray Charles. They made a movie about Tina Turner. So movies, biopics are going to be made. So why can't Keyshia Cole do one? All right. And I'm excited to hear the record that she had dedicated to her mother. Like TLC, they did a movie about their life. So I can't wait to see Keyshia Cole. I love it. I support her. I'm a fan of her music. I love that her and Keyshia, it was Keyshia Cole and Monica. They did a record together. That's one of my favorite records. So I love it. I can't wait to get into that movie. I can't wait. And the actress is playing Frankie. I'm hearing that she's doing a great job, and I heard the movie is going to be great. So I will be watching it, and I will be reviewing it. Shout out to you, Keyshia Cole. Love you. And don't worry about the haters. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you respond because it's news. But you know the haters are going to come at you. But I love you. All right. That's how that goes. Okay. 50 Cent and Megan Thee Stallion. Now, 50 Cent, 50 Cent is the type of man that he do troll. He do talk about women on his platform. I remember he dissed, Megan Thee Stallion, and he says she a liar and posts different things about her, different memes about her. So he did a radio show interview, and he pretty much said to Megan, to the host, I apologize to Megan. I didn't mean to do it. And I said, 50 Cent, you don't believe that apology. The only reason why you apologize because you got some backlash, you got some phone calls, and you want to save face because Tory Lanez have been locked up and he have been found guilty. And that's the only, now you're trying to save face and you want to apologize. You don't mean it because you didn't even apologize to Lil Kim when you talked about Lil Kim's baby, when you said the little baby eye is messed up. So if you didn't apologize to Lil Kim, okay, don't worry about apologizing to Megan Thee Stallion. That doesn't make sense, sir. You are fake. I see right through you. You apologize to Megan only because Tory Lanez is locked up and you don't mean it. But you didn't apologize to Kim. Come on, and you diss so many other people with your pains, but you have the tendency to really come against Black women. That's not cool, bruh. And then you still need to apologize to your son and have a relationship with your son, Marquise, and get into that. But you're too busy trying to trash Black women. Yes, I love the shows that you produce, but you have a messed up attitude when it comes to Black women. You do. You always want to throw shade. I dare you to make fun of a white woman of her trauma. I want you to go and troll a white woman on your Instagram when they get some controversy or they get hurt. I want you to go make fun of them and watch how they're going to cancel you. All right? The least protected person on earth is the black woman. So I want to see you trash a white woman. Come on, do it, because they have controversies, they have things that are going on and all that. Go ahead on there and really criticize a white woman. Go ahead and criticize a white woman that represent a group that Kanye wanted to talk about. And that Kanye West were dissing and they canceled him. So I challenge you to go and try to diss a woman that represent a faith that have that known to cancel people. A.E., Nick Cannon, Minister Farrakhan, and so many other people. Now go and try to diss her. Diss one of those type of women and watch how you get your show canceled on Stars. I challenge you. Go diss one like that. Make fun of a woman, but you're not going to do that. But you'll make fun of a black woman. I challenge you. Yeah, go do it. You see how that worked out with Kanye West, and he's still out here, and still out here broke and got deals snatched. So I challenge you to go ahead on and do that. And let's see how far you get. Let's see how far you get with your shows that you have on Stars. I want to see you do it. So you were wrong what you said about Megan Thee Stallion. You was wrong. You should have called Megan Thee Stallion on the phone and apologized. You should have. And then also a public apology. But you don't mean it. Like, I don't like when people be apologizing and you don't mean it. Don't apologize to me if you don't mean it. Because they ain't going nowhere. Apologize, but mean it. And change your wicked ways. And please apologize to Lil' Kim and her daughter. What you did was wrong, sir. And many of these brothers ain't going to call you out. But I'm going to call you out. And then also once you get it together with that, make up with your son Marquise. So he don't have to be on Instagram scamming people for cash apps. Get on the phone with your son and try to work on that relationship. And leave these black women alone, sir. Now I'm going to keep watching your shows because I love you. I love the shows. They're entertaining. But you got a nasty attitude when it comes to black women. So I'm going to say, Megan Thee Stallion, you're beautiful. Megan Thee Stallion, you are a victim, and I had your back. I got dragged for having your back because you did get hurt by Tory Lanez. And you didn't deserve to be dragged by your colleague in the music industry. Because 50 Cent won't like if somebody dragged his deceased grandmother. He wouldn't like that. He would be in his feelings. He wouldn't like if somebody tried to drag his grandfather on Instagram. He wouldn't like that. But you can drag and troll. But when people start to drag your deceased grandmother, your grandfather, and throw shade and do memes and all those things, you'll feel some type of way. Get it together, sir. Oh, I don't like that. Trolling these black women. Megan was a victim. And Tory Lanez deserved to be in jail. Tory Lanez deserved to be in prison. And he deserved to be deported from this country. He do. So, Megan, you better work on some music. I heard through the grapevine that is what you're doing. I want you to put everything that you've been experiencing from these last 2 years, and I want you to put it in the music. I want to hear records that I never heard from you. I want you to touch it, be emotional, really reach that emotional part of all the stresses that you went through and put it in the music. And I'm going to support you because you got a story to tell, and I can't wait for you to tell it. And I'm going to first buy your album on iTunes. All right, I can't wait because you got a story to tell, my sister. I love you. You're beautiful. You're talented. And do not stop doing your living in your purpose, living your dream, because you entertain not just black people, but you entertain millions of people around the world. And as a black man, I stand with you, my sister. I stand with you, and I love you. All right, so that was that with 50 Cent. I had to talk about that because I didn't really talk about it when I heard about it on the radio. And I was like, I gotta talk about it because this is fake. All right. And then these radio shows, Dee in the morning and her co-host, oh yeah, he really mean that. And one of the co-hosts, one of the comedians, I forgot his name. I'm gonna have to start calling 50 Cent Mr. Curtis. Like, bruh, it's a fake apology. And I told Dee, I'm like, bring me on the air. She didn't open up the phone lines because I would have called in. I would say it was fake, and y'all are fake for taking up for this man. But if he apologized to Megan, why he apologized to Lil Kim? So whenever you, Dee in the morning, whenever you open up them phone lines, whenever I can call in, I'm going to call in, and I'm going to have to challenge you, my sister, because that was fake. Now I understand you in a position, you at a radio show, and this is what you do, this is your job, but that was fake. So whenever you open up the phone lines, I'm going to call in. And I'm going to drag you, your co-host, and also 50 Cent. Okay? I'm going to do it. All right. I got to do it. I got to do it. And I'm going to do it. Soon as the lines open. Soon as those lines open, I'm going to call in. I'm going to challenge you. Yeah, soon as them lines open up, I'm like, hello, this is Wiley from the Wiley Show. Listen, sister, I don't appreciate how y'all want to just push aside 50 Cent ways, okay? Soon as them phone lines open up, let it open up. Let it open up. When is that? Because I know it's the weekend. Let it open up on Monday. I'm calling in. All right? Because I might even catfish and say I'm 50 Cent on the line, just to get on the radio show to drag you. Okay, where we at? Bishop, Whitehead, and King Jives. I'm laughing because, wow, all I can say is, when I look at Bishop Whitehead, he's a comical. And when I look at King Jives, comical. So Bishop Whitehead is in his car. He's talking about King Jives, dragging him, dragging Larry Reid, just dragging this entire situation. So King Jives get up on the Instagram. And the reason why I was late, because I was watching I was watching the Instagram, that exchange on Instagram. So King Jives get up on there. What you mean? How you keep saying I testified against my mama and put her in prison? Because you know King Jives' mama is in prison for fraud. She was a preacher, prison for fraud. She was taking the homeless people money that she's supposed to do for help the homeless people. She took the money and spent it on herself. So Bishop Whitehead said King Jives testified against his mother and he helped her get in prison. So King Jives was provoked. He was triggered. What did you read the paperwork? I did not testify and get my mama locked up. Did you read the paperwork? And I'm not going to argue. Did you read it? He's just going in. Then the conversation is shifted to King Jives was saying, because if y'all remember, somebody showed up to Bishop Whitehead church. A black woman showed up to his church, and then he hit the lady, or he shoved the lady. Bishop Whitehead was saying that the lady was going towards his daughter, his baby, and so he defended his baby. So, but he put out a rumor that Larry Reid and King Jives sent that woman to his church. So King Jives was triggered again. I didn't send that woman to your church. Now, whatever you got with Larry Reid, that's between you and Larry. But I didn't send that woman to your church. I didn't do that. And then they got into that. And then they got into the lady, the Biggie Smalls. I said Biggie because y'all was making jokes about me being robbed and making jokes when he put a weapon against my daughter's face. Y'all was laughing. We don't believe that you were robbed. And they was laughing and all of that. And King Jives said, I wasn't laughing that you was robbed. And we didn't see the man putting a gun in your baby's face. We didn't see that and all that. I didn't do that. So whatever problems you got with Larry Reid, That's between you and Larry. I didn't laugh as I like that. So I'm just seeing all of this stuff on Instagram. Then the conversation shift to the whole thing of being gay. So it shifted to that. And King Jives was like, being gay ain't nothing wrong with it. And then Bishop Whitehead said, being gay, you can't reproduce and all this type of stuff. They was just going back and forth. And then King Jives was saying, when you went to seminary school, they teach you in seminary school to be inclusive. But when you get out of seminary school, you forget about it. And all that, they were just going back and forth in there about the whole thing about being gay in the church. Oh, man, they just had a whole debate. You already know King Jives is he is same gender loving. You know, he lost, he pretty much he don't get support in Kojic church because of his sexuality. And that's why he's a little bitter, because he's not able to preach. He's not able to be in a pulpit because of his sexuality. So he have a little bitterness there. So allegedly. So seeing all of this and having these conversations, I said, this is a great conversation. I understand what Bishop Whitehead was going. He have been conditioned and taught, because it is scriptures in the Bible. Man should not lay with man, it said in the Bible. It speak against man on man, speak against woman on woman. It speak against that lifestyle in the Holy Bible. It do. It speaks against it in that book. It speaks against that and it denounced that, right? You got other preachers that I've talked to said the writers at that time, they were speaking to that audience or to that audience, but times have changed. They were speaking to that tradition, but we're in a different time. But it doesn't negate the fact that it's in the Holy Book. It's in there. So, and that's where Bishop Whitehead and others and many other preachers like Bishop Cartwright from the True Church Holiness in Chicago, they believe that being gay is against God and it's an abomination. So he's not the only bishop that believe in that. It's plenty of bishops. My uncle, Bishop Melvin Cartwright from the True Church of Holiness. My uncle, been my uncle all my life. He's been my pastor for my teenage year, my early adult life, and most of his sermons are preaching against man on man. Most of the sermons are preaching against women on women. He preached against that. I remember one time I wanted to leave the church, and he said, I left the church because my lover left the church. I left the church because my male lover left the church. That's why I left the church. So he preached against that. And he tell you to get delivered. He would tell me, you got to get delivered, Brother Wiley, because you on your way to hell, get delivered. And then I get on the altar and I call on Jesus, and I still have this spirit in me. So he would say, you going to hell, get delivered, get delivered. That's all I was raised. I was raised in a Pentecostal church. And that's all I was raised under. You on your way to hell, get delivered. So I be on the altar, I be calling on Jesus, I'm crying, I'm rolling on the floor, I'm shouting, I'm testifying, saying, I know the Lord delivered me from homosexuality. And then I go back out in the world, go back to school, go back out in the world. And then I get tempted, and I'm still, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? And so I've been in that type of environment. So what Bishop Whitehead is teaching and believing, it is not uncommon with many other ministries or pastors and preachers and denominations. They still believe that homosexuality is against God. They still believe that. So what Bishop Whitehead is preaching and teaching is not against a lot of people in the church. They've been preaching against it for decades. I've seen it all the time. I can sit in the church. Every time I would just come to church. Oh, God, let me tell you something. Man, don't lay with man. I want you to know, when God created Adam, when he created Eve, he created man. He created a woman. He don't want you sleeping with another man. You must be delivered. I want you to know, if you die with sin or being gay, you on your way to hell. I want you to know, man that lay with man, it's against God. I want you to know, if you switch with that, he wants you to be straight. I want you to know he don't want you to lay with a man. He wants you to lay with a woman. He don't want you licking on a man. So that's all I've been raised under. Her in that book, man with man. It's against God. I don't care what the president say. I don't care what Congress say. I serve a God. I serve a holy God. And the God that I serve say that you can't do that. The God that I serve said you can't be that. That God that I serve, that you can be that. And then they say, well, preacher, I was born that way. I got a word for you, son. You must be born again. You must be born again. So you hear all of that stuff. And then I get up, oh, I want to be delivered. Lord have mercy, I want to be delivered. And so that's how it be. And I was raised up under that. I was raised up under that. That's what I was raised under. All right. So, so that's how y'all was raised. Oh man. So yeah, that's how I was raised. All right. See your offers, you got a word. All right. That's how I was raised. I was raised under that type of ministry. That's how I was raised. So I was raised in strong holiness teaching. That's how I was raised. I was raised up under that. All right, and it's still in me. Okay, so to Larry, to Bishop Whitehead, to Conscience, I'm sorry, have mercy, to King Jives. Y'all get that together, all right? We're gonna see how it's gonna be. And he still haven't served King Jives. He still haven't served. So we're gonna give y'all an update on that lawsuit, whatever it happened. Okay, let's move on. Okay, y'all do know on Tasha K on Sunday, Tasha K gonna be interviewing Larry Reid live, Accuser, on her show, and people are all over there talking about it. I'm getting emails and texts and stuff like that. They're going to be talking about this, this conversation that she's going to be interviewing, none other than Larry Reid live, Accuser. And Larry Reid live, Accuser said in the video that Dr. Larry Reid from Larry Reid Live, right? That's actually on Kingdom Business on BET Plus, recorded him at the age of 15 and turned the laptop and recorded him. And once he was recording him, the sheet started to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And that, according to the accuser, that Larry Reid was playing and choking his chicken, all right, to a 15-year-old child. And this man is a grown man now. He's telling his story to Tasha K. This is the first sit-down interview on camera, and Tasha K got the interview, okay? So all the floodgates have opened. Whoosh! I went live. I talked about it. Nobody really responded. I said, Larry Reid need to respond on the Larry Reid Show. Don't go on no page with less subscribers than you. Talk about it on your page. Talking about it on Patreon. Didn't do it. So they silenced all over. So we get to this and bring Tasha K up here. So I wake up and my email text is blowing up. They said Larry Reid is out here doing a press tour. I said, did he go live on the Larry Reid Show? No, he on Armand Wiggins' show. He on that show. So I said, okay, let me go and rewind it back. And Armand was talking about Tasha K interviewing the accuser, right? And then he called Larry Reid. Larry Reid answered the call, saying that, these people have been denying these allegations and all that stuff. It's supposed to be Larry Reid, right? He didn't come on camera, but He's on the phone. They've been saying this for years and all that. And then Armand said, "Are you going to sue Tasha?" Yeah. I'm going to sue Tasha. Yeah, I'm going to do that. But they've been planning this and doing all this type of stuff. And then Armand, is, he have his issues with Tasha. Yeah, sue her and see it all the way through and all that. Yeah, I'm going to be showing her and all that. And I heard it. Yeah, but I heard that y'all wanted to do a deal. Yeah, we supposed to do something and all that type of stuff. And and I'm listening. Not one time did that man go on the Larry Reid show and to tell his audience what's going on. So it's Armand. Armand did not ask him the questions. He didn't ask him. He glossed over it. Armand Wiggins, that host, he was more so focused on Tasha K. But he neglected to really question him about this victim that, and I have to say alleged victim, that actually been on Tasha K's show that's saying these allegations. So that was glossed over and it was just focused in on Tasha. Tasha K is not putting words in this accuser's mouth. This accuser is saying these things. And this ain't the first time he been saying these things. He's been saying it for a while. So I think as if you're LGBT, Mr. Wiggins, you should be in it and ask some questions about this, what this young man is saying to Larry. All right? So that didn't happen. So Larry Reid get off the show and he goes to his mentee channel. He goes to his mentee channel. Over there, his mentee channel. Now, mind you, I go over there to the mentee channel. Now, this ain't the average mentee. Let me break this down. This is a mentee that get financial blessings from Larry Reid Live. Cars, laptops, lawyer fees, money in the bank, paying my rent, paying my light bill, paying my gas bill, that type of mentee. Meaning it's technically not a mentee, it's technically my guard, my my dog, you know what I'm saying? My promoter, my pit bull, that type of stuff. So that's that platform that he went on. So he went on the show and he talking. Then I come into the chat because I'm the type of person, when I come into the chat, I want to ask the questions. So I come into the chat and I'm saying, are you going to address this on this? Are you going to address this? Are you going to address these allegations on your platform? Are you going to do this? Y'all, this is making it relevant for Tasha K. I'm in the chat. Now, mind you, people saying Tasha K name in the chat. I go into the chat. Everybody is saying, hey, Wiley, hey, baby, the host of the show that's been paid off by Larry Reid, thousands of dollars, he typed in the chat, please don't post a content creator's name in the chat. And I'm just sitting there and posting. I'm like, oh, okay. Everybody said, hey, Wiley. No post. So I'm like, okay. Woo! Wow. What's going on here? Can you imagine your presence? That's just like Jesus. He come in the room and they're saying, don't post him in the chat. That's Jesus in the chat. That's Jesus. So you mean to tell me I can't act my Lord and Savior? Anyway, I come in the chat. They said, hey, Wiley, hey. Wiley, hey. How you doing, Wiley? How you doing? And then Larry Reid up on there. It was a YouTuber that don't reach out, say something privately, then saying something. A YouTuber, I don't say no name. A YouTuber. I said, is the YouTuber is me? Is that the YouTuber you're referring to? Is that YouTuber Wiley? Because you know my name. You have my phone number. I'm on your Patreon. I'm paying my money faithfully for years. So you know my name. So I'm just a YouTuber. You can't put a name to me. I'm just a YouTuber. I am a YouTuber, but I do have a name. But because before I was a YouTuber, I was Wiley. I have a name. Say my name, say my name. You acting kind of shady. Well, you treated me badly. You was playing game. Say my name, say my name. You acting kind of shady. Okay, I don't know how the record go, but I just know that. I'm like, what the world is going on here? Oh, wait a minute. What is they doing over here? What is they doing? This is a sign of you playing it. You trying to play me. You trying to manipulate me. You trying to flabbergast me. Who you think you trying to do that to me, sir? Oh, YouTuber. So I said, okay, here we go. I'm going to sit on back. I'm in the chat. I was like, you want to address these allegations on your platform and all this type of stuff. Then I type Tasha K name. The people say, don't type Tasha, nickname only. But everybody was typing Tasha name before I got in. So I get up in there, I'm typing Tasha, don't type the name. When I go in and I'm getting tagged. I'm like, everybody else typing, but why I can't type? Anyway, so then they was talking about a YouTuber. Then the host that's been paid off by Larry Reid, that's been in my text messages saying that he want to sleep with me. I'm his baby daddy. I'm all this, I'm all that, and he want to sleep with me. That I want you to come down to my city. When you gonna come visit me? Never, never in a day. Why you do me like this? When you gonna come in my city and go in my box? Never in a day. You just ain't my type. So, but today, let me tell you something about these YouTubers. I ain't fake. I don't beat for views. I don't do this. This is why I'm at this level. I don't dare do this. They just be saying stuff and I'm pulling back. They just say, ain't saying no dang. I'm like, whoop wow, whoopity whoop wow. I text him. I said, drop the link. Are you talking about me? So they dropped the link. He booted me off the air. I'm like, you talking about me? Bring me on the air. Let's have a conversation. Don't boot me off and talk about me. Let's put an address on it. You got something to say. You feel some type of way. You feel like you ready to jump. Then jump then. Put an address on it. And then people say he talking about Wiley. And then a person posts in the chat. I love my people. Somebody posts in the chat. You talking about W exclamation point L-E-Y. You're talking about Wiley. And they post in the chat because he is talking about. So here I go, Brother Larry, the person that we gave on this Patreon, give money faithfully. And he didn't want to say money, throwing shots. And then he looked at my comment. F that. I ain't answering nothing. F that. Getting mad, in his feelings, mad, upset. And I'm like, how can you say F that when you responded on a channel that you didn't pay for? Sir, that's not enough. I was watching Brother Malcolm X with the great Denzel Washington. And one of the brothers from the Nation of Islam was beaten badly. Brother Malcolm and the brothers came to the police station in New York. They said, I want to see that brother. So, of course, the police, then they saw all of the brothers from the Nation of Islam, the FOI, they was all outside. And he looked at it and he said, we want to make sure this brother get into a hospital. So they got him into the hospital and the police officer said, okay, you can disperse now. You can disperse now. And Brother Malcolm said to the officer, I ain't satisfied. And so they marched, they marched to the hospital. And when I sold to Larry Reid, I'm not satisfied because you ain't talking about this on the Larry Reid show. You went to Armand Wiggins show. You went to your mentee that you didn't pay for, but you ain't on your show. I'm not satisfied, sir. You need to address these questions and open up the phone lines and allow your audience that's giving money to you to ask you these questions. You need to go and open it up and have a town hall and allow people to ask these questions. Because one of the major questions I got to ask brother Larry Reid, and he ain't answering, he tit-tapping, dance around it. I'm going to sue. It's going to happen. My lawyer's going to happen. No lawsuit have been filed. Go to Pacer. No Pacer. It ain't on Pacer. No lawsuit has been filed. No lawsuit against Tasha K has been filed. No lawsuit against the accuser has been filed. It's no lawsuit. So don't tell me to go to Google. Don't tell me to go to Pacer, and if it ain't on there. And then for Larry to say, well, I got some houses, and he knew me when he was 14 and not 15 and all that type of stuff. I said, where the lawsuit at? Where's the lawsuit? Go to Pacer. It ain't on Pacer. I got a Pacer account. It's not on Pacer. He said on Pacer. Went on Pacer. I said, I talked to my team. I said, can y'all look up on Pacer? They say it ain't on no Pacer. You ain't sued Tasha K yet. You just talking. And you talking to people that not educated in the area of lawsuits, because I've been in court, I've been in legal situations, I've been in criminal court proceedings, and they don't just talk about it, they be about it. So file that lawsuit. File it. When you gonna file it? Don't just talk about, oh, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna do a YouTube channel. When you gonna file that lawsuit? You say he lied. When you gonna file it? And then for a profit, this is where me and Larry Reid disagree, and I've said it countless days. You supposed to be so spiritually inclined with God. You know how God physically, supposed to have to bless you. You know the different months. You know the book of Enoch. You know this. You know about the holy word. You know all of these things, but you didn't know Tasha K had a spirit of she's about a click in a view. You mean to tell me you didn't see the behavior of Unwind with Tasha K when she dragged and recorded Lovely T and posted that recording on the YouTube streets? You did not see when she went against Daytime Tea Time and dragged her and posted it on the internet? You did not see when she dragged Sweet Ma on the internet? You did not see when she dragged Armand Wiggins on the internet? You did not see when she dragged Wendy Williams, when she dragged her husband, when she dragged that person, when she dragged Storm Monroe? You did not see that? And you supposed to be a prophet? You know all this stuff about prophesying, but you couldn't see the behavior of a woman that then fell out with people, and now you shocked. Oh, I didn't know. You tried to warn me. So you mean to tell me you supposed to be spiritually inclined? You couldn't see Tasha? You only see it now because she's on your tail? But she's been on the tail of plenty of people on these YouTube streets. But now you see it now that is on there. Oh, I understand. You tried to warn me. You in another YouTube. He was talking about me. I can't name that YouTube, but another YouTube. But we shouldn't have to warn you. I'm 32 years old. I'm not a bishop, prophet. You mean to tell me that God Almighty didn't warn you? You mean to tell me the Holy Ghost did warn you? If you got the Holy Ghost, if you got Jesus, If you got the creator, it sends you signs about, don't worry about that. That's a spirit. You know all that, but you didn't know Tasha. But you got all this spiritual incline. You're supposed to be so spiritual and so holy, but you didn't see Tasha K. You didn't see this coming. Well, then you need to sit on down then and go back to seminary school one-on-one. Because if you couldn't see Tasha, ain't no way you can see something else. You can't tell me about my life when you didn't even see that coming from Tasha K. When it's all out there on the internet. Sit on down, go on back to seminary school, one-on-one, get back in class, go back in there learning your ABCs, go back in there learning the books of the Bible, go on back to seminary school and get retaught and go ahead on, because you just ain't ready. You ain't ready because you didn't see that. But you around Bishop Bernard. You mean to tell me Bishop Bernard Jordan didn't warn you about Tasha? But he told Reverend Al Sharpton that he's going to be sitting with president? You mean to tell me you sit with Bishop Bernard Jordan and he's been telling that it's going to be a black man, the first black president of the United States? You mean to tell me Bishop Bernard Jordan did not see this coming when he said that he saw 9/11 coming before it happened? And you mean to tell me America's black prophet couldn't prophesy to tell you about Tasha K ways? Come on, somebody. You sitting with all them prophets and nobody said, I see a vision. Larry Reid, I see a vision. I see a woman with a wine glass. I see a woman on the YouTube streets. A woman that got a wine glass. I see it in my spirit. She's going to drag you. She's going to ditch. So nobody saw that coming. No, not them prophets. Not even his son that be working out. That's all buff. He didn't see that coming. But y'all can tell me how blessed I'm going to be. I'm going to get a new company. I'm going to get millions of dollars, but give me $1,500. So you didn't see all that. But good God. Anyway. Okay. Tell it to somebody else that you don't know. So today, I said, until we get an understanding, I'm going to have to withdraw and cut ties with Dr. Larry D. Reid. I can no longer give to a Patreon, to a ministry that have failed to address and talk about these allegations to the congregation. And he have not done it on this platform. He have failed not only himself, he have failed the ministry, and he have failed his family. He have failed. And so I'm going to have to immediately today cut ties. We have done the work that we went and we unsubscribed to the Patreon. We have ceased all donations to coming to the Larry Reid Live Ministries. We ceased all of that immediately. We also have said we have wrote a statement. Shout out to my staff for writing the statement. We have released it publicly and all of that type of stuff. We have cut ties with that, and we had to unsubscribe to the Patreon because I'm not satisfied with what he's talking about. These allegations, it's not been resolved. It's keep coming up. So I cannot give to a person like that. Did not see Tasha K coming. So I know he can't prophesize about my life because he couldn't even see Tasha K coming. And he been around Tasha K. So I'm going to have to withdraw my funding. I'm going to have to withdraw it. He giving to YouTubers. You can't say no name. I'm going to have to withdraw it. You buying YouTuber cars, buying them laptops, and you can't say my name, and I'm giving faithfully, donate to the ministry faithfully. I'm going to have to withdraw my money. Give it to somebody else. Give it to myself, actually. Can't get to that ministry. No, I'm going to another ministry. Go to another ministry. All these allegations. You got all these lawsuits. You got all this stuff going on, lawsuits, and you ain't sued nobody. You can't address it on Larry Reid Live. I ain't no used to be giving my dollars. What I'm giving my dollars and stuff for? No. So I'm withdrawing all of it. Absolutely not. That stopped today. You ain't gonna get no more money out of me. Now, did I enjoy some things on the Patreon? Yes. But all what it was not enough, because when these allegations, you should talk to us first and address it on your Larry Reid Live platform. The same way preachers have to address when they have allegations. They don't go, well, let me go to my Mentee channel, YouTube. If they got an allegation against them, you supposed to stand before the congregation and you tell us what's going on. We don't want you to say, I want y'all to tune into this YouTube channel that we don't know, that we don't even follow. Go and get before the congregation and tell us what's going on. And we supposed to be asking you questions. If you can't do it, then remove yourself from the ministry and sit on down somewhere. Because you supposed to address the congregation. You can't be getting out of here, don't want to address us and ask no questions. You just want to go on platforms that you didn't pay for. Address the congregation or sit down. Sit on down until you address that congregation. Go live on the Larry Reid Live show. If you want to file a lawsuit, then file it so we can see what's going on with that discovery. So we can read it and get into that. And I'm going to be in that courtroom seeing what's going on and reporting on it. Me, I'm going to be there with my turtleneck, my notebook and pen. I'm going to be right there in that courtroom. I want to see what's going on with this. All right. Thank you so very much. Okay, let's go and open up the phone lines. Thank y'all so very much. Really quickly, thank you all for the blessings I see coming through all the super chat. I can't see them all. Thank you, Jody, Jada. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Jada. Thank you, Double Queen. Thank you all for the donation. Thank you all for the cash apps, for the ministry, and all that good stuff. Thank you so very much for that. Now we're going to open up the phone lines as well so that people can call in. We're going to do the phone lines only. We're going to do the phone lines only, and we're going to allow you, the public, to call in to get you a conversation. We're going to allow the phone lines open up, and when it comes to things like that, or the show, we're going to open up the phone lines so you, the public, will be able to call in. We do ask. We do ask that you do not use any profanity. If you use profanity, we will have to remove you. All right. You're going to have to not use profanity. Do not use the N-word, all right? If you want to say N-word, say N-word. Don't say the word out there, okay? So, again, you want to be professional. Again, do not cuss. Again, stay on topic. Again, stay on topic. Again, stay on topic. Every topic that we talk about, you better hit this out. Because if you ain't on topic, we got to get you out of here, all right? So, we're going to open up these phone lines. Give me a second while I get it together. Okay. Thank you so very much. Okay, so let me put the phone lines on there. All right. And please, when you call in, turn your volume, turn everything off in your house, TVs and all that, because this is live, okay? All right. Okay, give me a second. Anybody want to call in? All right, let's go. Into the phone lines. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I'm listening to you. I just sent you a cash app. Man, you off the chain tonight. You ain't the Wiley Show. You Marquise, Pastor Marquise.
We're Pastor Wiley.
I ain't never called in, but I said I got to call and tip my hat to my brother. You hit the nail on the head with that Larry Reid nonsense. He ain't came to Patreon yet. I was a member. I'm no longer a member. I'm tired of him. That is too much. You hit it on the head. Thank you, Wiley. I had to send you a cash app. I'm like, he working for it tonight.
Because what I'm saying is these are allegations. Like the president of the United States, he have allegations with the whole documents. So he have to go in front of the press and answer these questions. You understand what I'm saying? He can't go to a channel that he paying for and buying them cars and laptops and condoms and doing all that type of stuff. He have to answer these questions. And Larry Reid, since these allegations have presented themselves, he have failed to address it on the Larry Reid Show. He have failed to address it on his Patreon. He have failed to do so.
And you're right. He have not come and addressed it not one time. And we paying him our money. He should be coming to us. We shouldn't have to be going to another channel to hear what he has to say. He should be coming to us.
Absolutely. And then when you go to other channels, the majority of the congregation is not on that channel. Because the person channel that he's on, he's not at the conferences with the preacher. Oh, I'm talking tonight. I'm preaching tonight. When he have them conferences with all the preachers and Yolanda Adams and Tamar Braxton, with all the choirs, do you see that person on that platform?
That's right.
Do you see that person on that platform? Right. Do you see him at the event when he got all them preachers, when he got Tamar and Yolanda Adams? Do you see him there? Do you see him on that platform? Right. No, he ain't there. So the majority of the Larry Reid live congregation, the LRLers, don't even know him because he have not been presented on that platform. When the last time you seen him in the studio talking? You haven't seen it.
You're right. And I was through with Larry anyway, because every time I turn around, he asking for $88. He asking for $78. He asking $288. He's asking for all this money, and he's steady coming on there with all this Fendi, Louis Vuitton. He got all this stuff, and people steady giving him their money. I'm like, what is he doing? He remind me of, I know you kind of young, Wiley, but in Chicago, I'm from Chicago, the South Side. You be on the bus, on the CTA bus, and on the back of the CTA bus, you got those con artists back there playing card money. That's what he remind me of, a con game. He come up with these numbers, and like you say, you got all these numbers you coming up to prophesy, but you couldn't prophesy that Tasha K had all this stuff about to come out on you. You ain't no prophet.
Absolutely. You didn't see that. So that's the part that I was in. He had failed to do so. And the YouTubers, they have been conditioned to not ask him the tough questions. They asked him the tough questions because this is a bigger picture. And when he went, see, I can say Armand Wiggins' name. I don't mind saying that brother's name because we got history. So when he went to Armand Wiggins' show, he said, I made this money. I made all this money. But you still haven't addressed that. You made that money not because you got a successful coffee shop or restaurant. You made that money because regular folks like myself and this sister and others was tithing you to get you that money.
That's right.
You didn't get that money because you became rich on the stock market or your family had land and they had and all of that and they've been to you all that. You ain't own a company and all that. You got all that money because of regular folks that gave their hard-earned money, that don't wear gold chains, that don't wear Gucci, that don't wear Prada.
Thank you.
So that's how you got that money. You did not get that money because you have a successful restaurant and you got successful real estate. Majority of your money come from the people that gave that money. So the people is demanding that you, Larry Reid, talk about these allegations on your platform.
Well, thank you, Wiley. I am so glad you brought the truth out tonight. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say, and I'm going to keep listening.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much, and thank you for your blessing.
You are so welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hello, Wiley. Thanks for taking my call. Wiley, I just love you. I love you so much because you are not anyone's puppet. Amon has become Larry's puppet, just like Conscious TV. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
It's terrible. It's terrible. And I've seen what he's been doing. He pretends that he likes the blogger, like he courts the blogger. He goes, he gives the blogger $500 in the chat, but the intention is, I want you to defend me. And I really do not think Amon even believes Larry Reid. I don't. Because the last time Amon asked him, why didn't you sue the accuser? You only sued Dario Moore. You understand? So I really do not think that Amon is 100% believing him. Larry Reid is shook, and what he's trying to do tonight is damage control before the interview airs, so that when people do listen on Sunday, because now there is a face with the accusation right now, so that he would have already tapped into them first, so that they cannot think with their own mind. You see my point? He's very manipulative, and I'm really so proud of you. I saw the short that you did on your channel earlier when you said you will watch the interview first and then make your comment. And I said, one thing with Wiley, he cannot be bought, and he trusts his own intuition. So you coming out there tonight, I am not surprised, and I'm just so proud to be a supporter of yours, because you are not a cult follower. You cannot be bought, and you use your own mind. And I believe all victims, I'm sorry, all accusers, I do. I'm not going to support Larry Reid because he's a millionaire or all this other nonsense. So thank you to Tasha K and to Wiley. All victims need a voice. Thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you so very much. Okay. All right. And I want to say this. If you're trying to buy me, I need 50 mil. I'm talking about life changing. You just can't give $200 here, $300. I'm talking about millions. Millions. Oh, yeah. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. Yes, my name is QT, and I just want to thank you for being so honest and so real about this Larry Reid situation.
Yes.
Because this has been a long time coming. These allegations have been circling wagon and circling Larry for almost 2.5 years now. And he has been shutting people down. He's been getting his little crew to defend his name. He's done everything possible to keep this situation quiet. But lo and behold, here it is, front and center. And he definitely needs to answer for his actions. He has admitted to being, in the life. That's fine. But it does not excuse his past, transgressions. What he has done to these young men, it's unspeakable. And it just goes to show us that the church has been very messy. These type of situations have been going on for a long time. People have tried to bring it to the forefront, and these pastors, because they have huge followings, they're able to shut these young men down. But I know for a fact that this situation is bigger than Larry. There is a few of these pastors out here, just like Bishop Whitehead has stated about, Kurt Franklin's situation, how they groom these young men, these people with talent. They go to them and present them with an opportunity, and they devour their souls for the opportunity, which is take full advantage of these young people that come to them honestly, their platform. And what do? They take full advantage of these young people. And I'm so happy that you are speaking truthfully, transparently, and you are bringing Larry and hold his feet to the fire, because he needs to answer for his transgressions. And it's a little late for him to apologize for his actions, because he has denied it for so long. And so I just want to thank you and give you kudos for everything that you have said and done tonight.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Peace. Thank you. Can y'all hear me? I'm sure if y'all can hear me. Make sure y'all like the video. Hello? I don't hear it ringing. Okay. Can y'all hear me? All right. Can y'all hear me? All right. Thank y'all so very much. Oh, very much. Okay. Can y'all hear me? My internet. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. My internet. Okay. The internet said no. My internet said no. Thank y'all so very much. We're gonna do an after show over there on Station Head. My internet had to reboot. Internet had to reboot. We're gonna do an after show over there on Station Head. We're gonna do the after show over there on Station Head. We've been on here for an hour. My internet is rebooting. Okay. We just had a power outage. My internet is rebooting. We're gonna do the show over there on Station Head. We've been here for an hour. So for the people that called in, head over to Station Head, and we're gonna do the after show over there. We're gonna do the after show over there. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. Is it back? 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 Hold on. I think it's back on. Shout the internet. Is it back? Oh, is it back on? Thank y'all so very much for internet. Okay. Internet is back on. Okay. Do y'all want me to continue? All right. Thank y'all so very much for that. Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank y'all so much. All right. So let me give y'all the Station Head link for an hour, you guys. No, we have good Wi-Fi. We've been having outages and stuff like we have awesome Wi-Fi. It's just like today we have and this is going on today. as well. So let me drop the station head link. All right. Let me drop the station head link and all of that. Thank y'all. See y'all on station head.